So as I mentioned, you Python has been divided in two parts. One is core, and second is Python for machine learning. So basically, we will be, as it's a new batch, so we will be starting with the Python for machine learning. When we say the Python, like the core Python, this normally means like the developers are the people who normally use it. Like they build in the functions, and we as a user use the Python. We program as well, but the thing is, basically, like minor of the things, or like the minute of the things that we will be using are built in core Python only. So for using this Python for machine learning, we will be using various IDEs. So IDEs are nothing but the working environments. uh, so it's the distributed individual distributed environments. So like when we say Python, like when we work on Python, we work on IDs. So these IDs are there are various IDs of the Python that we work on. So whenever we work on Python, first what we need to do, we need to download Anaconda. So when we say Anaconda is basically an application with the help of which we get the IDs of Python, and we will be able to use Python for the data sciences. So when we say IDs of Python that a person can work on, there are various IDs like Spider, like Jupyter, like IPython, many IDs of Python. So, but majorly used IDs are Spider and Jupyter. So these are the IDs which allows users to uh, basically work on Python. So let me show you an example. So just say,
Sir, are you sharing the screen?
yeah, is my screen not
No,
visible?
sir, it's not visible.
It's
Yes.
not visible.
No, it's not.
Okay, just give me a second. Is it visible, guys? Now,
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
these are the
Yes,
these are the things which I have written: basics of Python and the IDs of the Python, Spider, Jupyter, and IPython. So and many more as IDs as well. So basically, some of the renowned IDs are the Spider and the Jupyter. So when we work on Spider or we work on Jupyter, this means that like what we guys should be focusing upon is like we should be working on like the various things that are basically developed in Python. So let me show you an example. So let's example, I'll say close this, just give me a second. Just give me a second, let me save the work.
क्या करें बुराई करें क्या चलाएगा ना
Okay, so whenever we work on Python, say I use say, so let me tell you, if the Anaconda is installed, you see Spider. Spider is an application that comes out. It will take a moment to come out. So guys, please put yourself on mute.
देता पत्ता रे बहुत बनबो कि नहीं बनबो बात बताओ पैसा बताओ जितना
Hariom, please put yourself on mute. This is a Spider that is opening currently. So let me show you. Spider is one of the IDE. IDE is basically the distributed environment of Python, in which it allows the users to interact with the Python kernel. So kernel is a thing that normally interacts with the hardware or the different parts of the computer. So let's example, if I'll say import, so it's saying connecting to the kernel. This means it is connecting to the kernel. So this is the ID of Python. So hey, this is the console. So this is basically the command writing Python files. So if I'll say import, say if I'll say 2 plus 2, and I say so my spider is not active right now, but let me tell you how it works. This is basically the area where we write the codes. This is the thing where we execute the command. The output comes here. We see the different files and many more things here. Like we can see the directories and all the thing. But this is one of the ID on which we work on. So let me show you some other ID as well. So this is not the ID which I normally use. So like if in this computer, normally on the different computers I prefer spider only, but here on my PC this does not work well, so I use a Jupyter notebook. So from the last session I started using Jupyter. From the last batch I started using Jupyter notebook. So this is a Jupyter console. So if I'll say new, I'll say Python 3. So it opens a notebook here. If you see, it opens a notebook here. So if I'll say the thing that is mentioned right now is a cell. So if I'll say 2 plus 2 and I say shift enter, it says 4. So these are the cells where we can execute the commands. So if I'll say A is equal to 4, B is equal to 6, A plus B, so it will give 10. So all these 3 lines which I have written over here are being executed. This is the Jupyter console. So this is the way the different so let me tell you. Okay. So I'll say A, say 2 plus 2, and here it will give the output to me. Okay, so this is the way how do we say use like IPython here. This is IPython. So let me see how this IPython I can okay. So but currently we will be working on Jupyter only. So let me tell you guys. So let me. So anybody any doubt till now? Anybody any doubt till now?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Sure. So we start with like in Python, what we have is we have defined data types. So when we say data types, I'll say whenever we need to comment anything, I use hash or like this kind of a symbol in case it is a multiple items which I need to highlight or sorry comment. So I say data types in Python. So data types in Python are basically of different types. One is scalar type. Scalar type parts are int is basically integer. So here anything that is being entered is a known fractional part. say 5, 4, 5, and many more. So it has a range where I'll not go into, but for basic understanding, integer is a data type. Scalar data type is simple data type, single data type. Second is float. When we say float is again a data type which can go to decimals, say 4.5, 6.2, etc. Third scalar data type is complex, any complex number. Say if you guys have heard about complex number, say x plus 3y, something like that. Complex we mean x plus 2y, etc. Any kind, this kind of number. A number with real and imaginary component is known as complex data type. Then it is basically a data type that is known as Boolean kind of data type. Bool. So Boolean data type is basically a data type which is being represented into two parts. One is yes or no, true or false, pass or fail, whenever we have two outcomes. So, sorry. Outcomes like true or false, yes or no, etc. It is known as Boolean data type. Another data type is basically known as none. It is not NA, but it is basically whenever we so it basically represents a object with null value. So say let's in the future classes we will be writing some functions. If the function is not returning anything, it is a null function, which I'll explain you later on. So anybody any doubt till now?
No, sir.
Sorry. Okay. Another is sequence type. When we say sequence type, it is basically an ordered collection of the similar or a different types that are being collected together. So I'll write it down. Types. So there are various sorry, the various sequence data types we have. One is say string. String is basically a collection of different characters. The second data type is, say, for example, sorry guys. So Python is a string, which is a collection of different characters here. So it's a data type that is known as string. So let me tell you. So I'll say, let me show you some examples of some first scalar data type. I'll say a is equal to 2. I'll say shift enter. I'll say type a. It is saying int. That is an integer type of data type. It is. Second, I'll say A is equal to 2.2345, whatever. Enter. I'll say type A. Now A has become the float because it is going into decimals. So I'll say C is equal to so which kind of data type C is? Anybody any idea?
Boolean.
Boolean, are you sure?
String.
String.
String, sorry, string.
Logical.
String.
It is string only.
So we write type to find the data type of the.
Yes.
Okay.
Anybody any doubt?
No, sir.
So my question is, so my just a question from you guys. So let's example we have string as a data type here, but if I only use S out of it, then how can I use it? So let me tell you. So if I'll say C is equal to S, which kind of data type it is? String. So we don't have any character data type here. So in some of the language you'll find CHAR character data. Here it is a string data type only. It is a single or a collection of characters. So if I'll say type true, it is bool. So whenever we have any two outcomes in it, system Python understands it as a true or false. It can be pass fail, it can be low or high, it can be anything, but it considers it as a true or false only. That is a Boolean kind of a data. Are you guys with me? Okay. So now, let's example. I take another example for you guys. I'll say I'm defining a data type. Say I'll say X is equal to 9, Y is equal to 3. Okay. I'll say Z is equal to complex X comma Y. I'll say Z. It is 9 plus 3J. So it has taken an imaginary number by itself. Okay. This is a complex data type which I've defined. So if I'll say Z dot real, it is 9. If I'll say Z dot, if I'll press tab here, Z dot, yeah, IMAG automatically came. I'll say shift enter. It says 3. So this second portion is imaginary data type and the initial portion is the real data type. Real type basically. Okay. So let me come back to the data types.
हेलो सर.
Yeah.
सर अगर हमने जेड इमेजिनरी हमें 3.0 मिला है, उसका डेटा टाइप क्या निकलेगा? फिर फ्लोट निकलेगा?
Z is
नो, जेड डॉट इमेज IMAG लिखा है ना, उसका 3.0 है, तो उसका डेटा टाइप क्या निकलेगा?
you're saying like this? It is float.
हाँ, यस.
Even Z dot real, if I'll say type Z dot real, it is float only because it keeps it with as a float only. If I'll say int it is 9.
Okay.
So now I'll come back to my original form. Like string, we know that what is string. So now, apart from string, we have another sequence data type that is known as list. So list is basically a object in an ordered collection of one or more data items, which can be of different types, say, which are being represented using a square bracket. So if I'll say ordered collection of one or more data items, so of same or different, we'll cover this. So this is a list. The second is tuple. We call it tuple or tuple, both. So tuple is nothing but a ordered collection of one or more data items of different types, but are in a parenthesis. So tuples, so lists are the things which can be changed, which can be mutated, but tuple are the things which cannot be changed. So I'll show you. So it's basically a collection of one or more data items of which cannot be of which can be of different types. So list is basically, so when we say list, it is basically used as a square bracket symbol. But tuple is a similar kind of a thing, but being represented in a this kind of a symbol. Are you guys with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'll say another data types that we have are basically the mapping types.
So can you please give me the example of list and tuple?
Yeah. I'm coming to that. I'm covering few more. Then I'll give the list, tuple, and all the things I'll be covering in more detail. So just like telling you the basics so that I won't be missing any data type. Then I'll come on it one by one.
Okay.
So the mapping. A mapping type is basically a dictionary. So what is dictionary? Dictionary is basically a unordered collection of data in a key value pair. I'll say you. Key value pair. So it is being represented using a symbol called this, the curly braces. I'll also cover this in detail. The another data type is basically the different type is the set type. When it's set type, it is basically mutable. It is basically the thing that is basically used to perform operations like union, intersection, difference. It does not store the duplicate values. So let me tell you, set has a type that is known as set only, which basically says that it is an unordered collection. I'll tell you what is ordered and what is unordered. I'll tell you that as well. Items. This is basically the this contains the values that are not duplicate. So some of the data types that I mentioned over the top are mutable, and some of the data types that I mentioned over the top are immutable. Mutable means which can be changed. So let me show some of the examples. So if I'll say, if I'll cover first as a list. So list, as I mentioned you, is basically a mutable kind of a data type. When I say mutable, what does it mean? It means the items in the list can be changed. So let me give you an example. I'll come here. I'll say ls is basically a list. I'll say apple, mango, orange, and banana. I'll say shift enter. If I'll say ls, shift enter, it is basically all the things that have been stored. If I'll say ls 0, zeroth item is apple. I'll say ls 1, it is mango. So every item that I have is ordered on 0, 1, 2, 3. These are the ordered collection of data items. Are you guys with me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
If I'll say print ls, it will give me the list, which can be taken as simple ls as well. So why it is ordered? It is ordered because it has the items within defined order. So lists have the items in defined order. That's why it is known as ordered. This order will not change. So if I'll add another item, it is being placed to the end. There are different ways how it can be altered, but normally when we place a new item, it is being placed at the end. So let me show you. I can use the different functions here. Say ls is a list. I'll say len ls. It says it has 4 items. 1, 2, 3, 4. But the way it is being stored is 0, 1, 2, 3. Is the way the items are stored here. Okay. I'll say whenever I use, say, the thing as say whenever I say type here, ls, it will say list. So another is, if I'll say list, I'll say apple, banana, orange. I'll say ls1. So automatically it has been converted into list. I have not used the square parenthesis over the top, but it has been constructed, which means we are using the constructor. So are you guys aware about the object-oriented concepts like constructor, inheritance, polymorphism, and many more? If you
No.
guys have,
Yes.
Yes.
so some of you are not. So let me tell you, I'll not go into the detail, but the thing is, it is basically invoking a constructor. So anybody in the team who has idea what is constructor? Can anybody tell me?
The constructor is a function or it's a method that can be defined in the class itself, and generally it carries the name of the class, and whatever we define the variables and whatever structures we define inside it. So you can use it with any of the object.
Yeah. Very well said. But I'll not go into the detail. It's basically a method kind of a thing in a class that is basically invoked. So there are different things to it, but I'll not go to the the concept of the constructor. So when we say list is basically a ordered collection. So list has various things. Say I'll say ls1 dot append say 2. If I'll say ls1, it has another item that is being added, that is 2. If I'll say ls, so you see 2 is an integer type, apple, banana and orange are the string type, but still it can accommodate all. Why? Because it is a collection of similar or distinct data types. If I'll say ls2, it is orange. If I'll say ls2 is equal to say papaya, shift enter. I'll say ls shift enter. You see, okay, now the ls is apple, mango, papaya, banana. If I'll say ls2 is equal to pineapple. If I'll say ls now, you see the papaya has been replaced with pineapple. Okay. If I'll say ls4, say 1, say 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. If I'll say ls4 is equal to ls2, sorry 1, whatever thing is, shift enter. It is saying index out of range. Why it is saying?
Because the index is right up to 3, 0, 2, 3.
List assignment index out of range. If I'll say why, because I'll say ls, say if I'll say ls4, so I have been assigning the index of a list from one place to another. That is not like feasible. So I'll say ls4 is equal to mango again. No, it should not. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3. So okay, so it is saying that ls4, that is a thing. So if I'll say ls2, let's say 3 mango. If I'll say ls3 is equal to ls0. So earlier ls4, it does not have, it has 0, 1, 2, 3 indexes only in that. The fourth one which I am trying to allocate, ls4, it is saying list assignment index. The index that I have been trying to assign to a list is out of range. Are you guys with me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So if I'll say, I can also create an empty list. I'll say, if I'll say, which is the 3 that has been added to it. So I can create a nested list as well. I can say.
So what does 3 means? Like we have got the output as 3, what it means?
It means the first item of a list is 3. If I'll say, again say, 5. So if I'll say, the list has 2 elements. One is 3 and second is 5.
Okay, okay.
So if I'll say, just 2. If I'll say 3, 4. If I'll say it says 3. Did you get it?
Yes.
So this is nothing but a nested list.
So what was the last command that you used? How we are getting the output as 3?
So I'll say my list. So the list is being stored as this.
Yes.
So 0th element is 1. First element is 2. Third element is 3 and 4. So 0th element is 1. First element is 2 and second element is 3 and 4. So if I say my list and second element, it will give me 3 and 4. Now I want the 0th element of the second nested list that I have basically chosen. So I'll say my list 2 and then the 0th element of the next, it will come to 3.
Okay, okay. So list in a list.
Yeah, nested list.
Okay, okay.
So I'll say my list. So again, let me drop it. Come to a simple list only. Oh. Yeah, Mangesh, any question? I'll say ls1. If I'll say ls1, what it will give?
Mango.
It will give mango. Okay, shift, enter, mango. If I'll say ls -1, what it will give?
Banana.
It will start from the end. So here it starts from 0, 1, 2, and 3. But from here it will say -1, -2, -3, -4. If I'll say -1, it will say ls -1. Okay. How it is again? Okay, ls1. Sorry. ls1 -1. It says banana. I'll say ls1 -4. It will say apple. I'll say ls -5, but it will give index out of range. Got it? I'll say
Yes.
ls1. I'll say shift, enter. I'll say ls1 0 to 2. It will give apple and mango only. Whatever the last value is set to, it will not consider that value. It will consider the value before that. So it is 0th and the first element it will be same. So I will say ls1 0th to say third element. So it will display 0, 1 and 2 only. Apple, mango, papaya. If I'll say ls1
Hello.
Yeah.
So if I want to print the odd one, then how would I do it? Means odd, the values at odd places.
Your voice is breaking.
So if I want to print the string at odd places, how will I do that?
Yeah, I'll
Odd or
come to
even?
that. I'll come to that. Don't worry, I'll come to that. So right, I'm just covering the overview of it. So I'll come to that, how to print the odd one, how to print the even one. So we have different methods for it. I'll come to that. So when I say ls dot to colon to 3, it means 0 to 3, starting from 0 till 3. I'll say ls1, say starting, say I'll say -3. Sorry. Yeah. It will say starting from there, it is saying -3. If I'll say it is saying from beginning to -2. -2 is this. -1,
Sir,
-2. Yeah.
so in line 56, that we have written ls colon 3. So should it not include banana as well? How come it's
So
not
as
included?
I said, like whenever we write any number, say 0 to 3, so it will not include that last index. It will print till 0, 1, and 2 only. Here as well, it is printed from 0 to 2.
Okay.
It will not print the last index.
And for -3?
For -3, it will say -1, -2, -3. So you see here, when I said -3, when I simply say -3 like this, it will say mango, which means, just give me a second, -1,
-2,
-2, -3. If I'll say ls, the time I use this colon -3,
okay.
it will say apple.
So papaya nahi hoga? -1, -2, no, it is not including -3.
No. See difference. If I'll say ls -3, then it will give the value mango.
Yeah,
-1, -2, -3. But I'm saying ls1 start till -3. So it will say -1, -2, -3, and it will go from here to the end. That is apple. But it will not include -3 as an index because I've used this colon over here.
So it will jump to the next place.
Next value. So that in case I'm mentioning this, then it will print that. But in case I use colon, so it will give the values. It will not consider this value and print the values to the left of this.
Okay. So that is why when we have printed ls1 -2, so it is output was mango.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
So it should be apple and mango because we are putting all to -2.
Got it? Got it?
So if we want to print in the reverse order, then how do we do it? Like if we want to print it like banana, papaya, mango, then how do we write it?
So we have list traversing functions.
Okay.
हेलो सर.
Yeah.
सर जो 61 और 62 लाइन है ना, वहाँ पे हमने ls लिखा है, और जो 63 लाइन है वहाँ पे ls1 लिख रहे हैं. अलग अलग लिस्ट है ना तो.
हाँ जी, अलग-अलग. These are the two different. So I wrongly mentioned. So okay, I should use ls1 only. I've been saying this ls1 every time. Should use ls1. I wrongly use ls.
Hello.
Got it. So let me tell you another thing. So this is basically a list operation. So I said you what is list, how do we deal with it, and all these things. So
Hello. Hello.
hello. Okay, so let me say,
Hello.
yeah.
Am I audible, sir?
No, your voice is breaking a lot.
आवाज ही नहीं आ रहा है. Hello.
Yeah.
Am I audible, sir?
So your voice is breaking.
Okay. Sir, I'm not able to comment on anything. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sir, is this notebook will be shared with us?
So your voice is breaking. I cannot actually hear you.
Now is it audible, sir?
Yeah, just speak some more lines, then I'll be able to tell you.
Hello. Is it audible now?
Yeah, it's audible.
Sir, will this notebook will be shared with us?
So your voice is again breaking.
Will this notebook will be shared?
So can you re-log in, because I cannot hear you.
So he's asking, can this be shared? Notebook.
Yeah. This notebook will be available with you guys over your LMS portal after this class. So say tomorrow in the morning, it will be automatically available. And in case it is not, you can just ask the IABM team, and they will basically share this thing with you.
Okay, good. Thank you, Nisha.
Anybody saying anything?
No, sir.
Okay. So let me tell you some more things. So if I'll say, this is my tuple. So tuple is basically used to store multiple items in a single variable, the thing that you see. So basically this tuple is basically the thing that cannot be changed. So if I'll say, I can print this tuple, but so these are they are also ordered. If I'll say my tuple, it says apple, but if I'll say it will say tuple object does not support item assignment. Sorry guys. So guys, just give me 2 minutes. Let me have a glass of water and I'll come back. So let's take a 2-3 minute break and we'll resume. Say right now it's 9:42. So we'll be coming by 9:46, 47. Okay, guys. Hello, guys. I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
So let's take a 2-3 minutes quick break, bio break, and I'll come back. You guys can also take a bio break.
Okay.
3-4 minutes. Hi team, I'm back. Can we resume?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So if I'll say this allows the duplicate values to be entered since it's a ordered thing, so it allows. So again, len is again a thing that we have used over there. I can use similar function here. So length is 3. So I'll say,
Sir,
yeah.
sir, where do you say tuple? Like I have seen many example in list also, but where the tuples thing will be used.
So whenever in machine learning, we are say specifying any values where I don't need any alteration. Say I need some parameters to assign as 0 or 1 only. Then I'll be using tuple. So wherever we know where we don't need any alteration in the values that we are specifying, we specify using tuple. Okay. So I'll say I can call the tuple constructor the same way that we have called for list. I'll say so it will make it the same way that we have seen prior to this. Okay, so tuple is pretty much simple. It does not have any thing because it does not allows you append, delete, and all these things. So it is fine. So another is dictionary. Dictionary is very important. It is basically a concept that is a mapping type. When I say mapping, it has two things in it. One is key and second is value. I will say my my dictionary is equal to, we assign it using parenthesis. I'll say 1. I provide an ID to it. Apple. I'll say 2. I'll say banana. I'll say enter. I'll say, let's say 1 is apple and 2 is banana. So I'll say I can use like this. I'll say my dict. I'll say 1. It will give me apple. The key is the thing basically which helps us to call. I'll say my dict. I'll say my dict, and I'll specify it here is say name. I'll say Akash. Name is a key, Akash is a value. I'll say 1. I'll say list. Append.
But you haven't assigned it. My dictionary.
My dict. Okay. I have not used equal. Sorry. I'll say my dict I'll say my dict 1. Say my dict 1. This is 3. Did you get it?
Yes, sir.
So we can use a dict keyword here. Dict is basically a keyword here as well. I'll say. So
its
dict is a key.
index also starts with 0.
Sorry.
So its indexes also starts with 0. My dict.
The index starts with the key. If I'll say my dict 0. It says 0, 0, 0. We don't have a key 0.
Okay.
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 I'll say my dict is equal to dict. Dict is basically constructor here that I've been calling. But here I need to use this only. I'll say 1 apple, 2 banana. I'll say so it is 1 apple and 2 banana. So another thing that I can use here is using the same dict keyword. So now I've used parenthesis. I'll say my dict is equal to dict. I'll say 2 things there. Like this. One comma apple, 2 comma is same only. So these are the different methods of defining the lists. Sorry, the dictionaries. So I'll say another thing is I'll say my dict is equal to name Akash. I'll say age. I'll say 33. For example, I'll use this. I'll say this. This is the thing. It has been stored. If I'll say my dict, and I'll say name. It says Akash. I'll say my dict dot get. And I'll say age. It says 33. Both are same, but there's a difference. I'll say my dict, and if I'll say 0, but it will give
nothing.
Error.
Error.
Nothing. Error. Key error.
It will give key error, but I will say
My dict name or my dict age.
what it will give.
Name, I think.
It will not return anything. So here, whenever we are working on a program, I actually want the dictionary to not to give any error. If it is the thing like where it is not stored, just pass it or return none as a type. If I'll say A is equal to this and say B is equal to so I'll say A. Not give anything. If I'll say B. So earlier some other B which it has taken, but it has not used this B as assignment because here error has there and it cannot assign this entire array to B. But here it has assigned a none value to it. Got it?
Sir, why do we use
Dictionary.
it?
In the dictionary, do we always need to assign a key to any value?
Yeah, it is a key value pair. Mapping type.
I think on line 78 or 80, you created a dictionary where you did not assign key values to the first two entries.
Where? So I can create a empty dictionary, but like whenever I need to assign value, it is in the form of a key value pair.
Okay.
Anybody else? Any questions?
Yes, sir. Why do we use this get 0 if it is not returning anything?
So the thing is, let's say example, you are making a program. You're defining a program. So when you're defining a program, so what usually happens is like you're trying to access any item in your dictionary which does not have any value. And in case the program throws this throws an error out of it, so your program fails. So instead of this, you use get, so that the program will not fail. It will return the none value and passes to the next kind of a thing.
Okay.
So there are many usages for this, many usages of the things that we will be covering. So so basically we cannot cover all of the things. So it has many functions. It has around 100 functions in it, but I can cover some of the common ones, some of the important ones, the functions that we normally use. So you might come across a function tomorrow which I'm not aware of. So then it is not a like a new thing for me, because whenever I need to do anything, then I research over the internet and I came across some of the new things and the things that we can work upon. So these are the basic things we are like discussing. So once you start doing programming and many more things, then you will be coming across some of the more methods. Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay, thank you.
If I'll say age, I'll say 33. So now the thing is, if I'll say the age has been changed. So let's example, if I'll say my dict dot pop it has only one. Okay. I'll say my dict dot my it does not, it is a empty list. Anything in it has been deleted. Or I'll say it says there is no nothing called my dict. It has permanently deleted it. So it has various functions
is
like.
there any clear and del?
Sorry, come again. Your voice is breaking.
So is there any difference between clear and del? I mean, there
Clear,
are two functions.
what clear will do? Clear will empty the list, whatever items in it. So it still have the empty list within it. Like I can add any values to that dictionary. But when I come to del, it means it has permanently deleted that dictionary from the memory only. So if you'll try to refer it, it will say there is nothing like it as the thing that has been mentioned over there. You guys fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these are some basic functions of dictionary. Apart from that, we have like many more data types, which I'll be covering now. So these are the basic, some of the operations which I've been covering for the different data types we have. But when we use it in the program, these are the things that basically the various functions that I'm not covering now will be covered then as well. So let me tell you the another one. Just give me a second.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi. So, sir, if I do mydict.get 1, till now what we have done is 0. So if I put 1 there, so what will be the output there?
So it will not give anything. So if I'll say right now I have deleted my dictionary. So let example I'll recreate it. I'll say it will not return anything because there's nothing called like there's
So
no,
it means there is no index thing in dictionary.
yeah, there's no key with the name 1.
Because sir, we have already assigned key as name and age. That's why.
So if you'll say my dict dot get name, it will give you Akash. But any key that has not been defined, if I'm trying to call the dictionary format, then it will say like instead of giving a key error, it will just give you like none as a data. Got it? So another type is set. Set is basically immutable. That cannot be changed, one. And second is it does not allows Are you guys with me?
Yes, sir.
So set is created by placing the elements inside curly bracket, separated by comma, or by using a built-in set constructor that we normally call it. So I'll say my set is equal to I'll say this is 1, 2, 3. If I'll say my set is equal to 1, 2.0, comma I, comma a tuple it says 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.0 high. Have you noticed a thing here?
Something background noise.
Is it from my side? I guess from.
No, it's gone, sir.
Give me a second.
It's okay now, sir. I think.
Yeah. Hey guys, any doubt till now?
So the output triple one.
Yes, but tuple is coming first.
Yeah. Why it is doing so? Anybody any idea? Because it has a capability of okay. Just let me just show you an example. I'll say it says I cannot access it. If I'll say it says I cannot access it. If I'll say it says I cannot access it. Why so? Because set object is not callable. Whatever is stored into it is stored into it. It is basically used for the operation like union, intersection, and all other things are the things that are basically used when we work on set. So if I'll say my set, if I'll say it has 2 in it. If I'll say it has added 100 in it. So we can add the item if I'll say I can add multiple items. I can say
It is storing like first integer, then float, and then in string.
so your voice is not audible. Come again.
Sir, set is making order like integer first, float second, and string third.
Yeah.
Why it is, sir?
So it has a things that has
And
been
also
defined
why
in it. Huh?
so why the 1, 2, 3 come at the first? Why one did not come at first? Second
Because
one.
because the thing is, it has a way with the help with which it stores the element. It has a designed way. But we cannot access it. The way of its storage is like this: first priority to tuple, second to integer, third to float, and fourth to string.
Okay.
So I'll say my set dot update. I'll say a list. Just on the point, I'll say again a set. One, two, three. You see 100, 4, 5 that has a pass as a list, but it is taken list as a elements only. 168, 1 is already there, so it is not considered duplicate value, so it has not taken that. 68 is again a set, so it is taken as a set only. So a tuple kind of a thing is being stored, else any other thing is not being. So if I'll say my set dot add, I'll say so it's a unhashable type dictionary. So it can store the values in list, but it cannot store the thing as dictionary in it.
Sir, I thought set you said is immutable. We cannot.
Sorry?
I thought you said that set is immutable. It means we cannot change the set, but we are updating and we are adding.
So okay. So the thing is, if I'll say I cannot access the, so anything which I mentioned, so this set is immutable, but the thing is we can, so this set has a capability that is different from the tuple that we have mentioned, where we cannot add the thing, but here we can add, but we cannot take the things out, we cannot change its ordering, and we cannot perform many number of operations that we can perform in the previous data type.
Like list.
So yeah, list or many data types. So let me tell you, so what is use of set? If I'll make a set, say,
So set is unordered arranging of the element.
yeah, so because it's changing the ordering.
Okay. Because tuple is unordered.
Tuple is ordered.
Sorry, yes.
Yeah.
Ordered.
If I'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, I'll say B is equal to if I'll say it says this is union 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it is basically used to perform union, intersection, and all these kind of operations. If I'll say give 4, I can also say so these are the things which we can perform. Many like difference we can set. So these are the things that we can basically use in sets. So so here we come with the end of the data type. So let me revise it for you guys, and I'll basically start the next topic tomorrow. And this is a thing which I'll save it in front of you, and this will be available to you guys in the portal. So let me tell you, when we say Python has different IDs. ID is basically the distributed environment is in Python. So these environments can be Spider, can be Python, can be Jupyter, can be IPython, but currently where we are working on is basically the Jupyter only. So these two, like Spider and Jupyter, are basically the different IDs which provide the instance capability, which means if I press place dot, it will give you the option, the methods that are associated with it. So now the thing is, in Python, we have different data types. One is scalar. Scalar data types are, yeah, anybody saying anything? Okay. So scalar data type is integer, float, complex, Boolean, and none. When we say sequence data type is basically string. String is collection of different characters. List is ordered collection of one or more data items of same or different type. Tuple is again a thing, but it is not. It is immutable, which cannot be changed. List, we use it with the square brackets. Tuple, we can use it with the parenthesis. Next, we have dictionary. Dictionary is basically unordered collection of data in a key value pair. Here we define it with two things. One is key and second is value. So here the dictionaries are basically accessed using keys. The values can be accessed using keys. So another type is set type. Set type is basically a set, unordered collection of data items. This is unordered, where the things are unordered. These are not ordered. The thing that we have seen in this example, when we try to like put the items, it is ordering by its own. But when we try to put the similar kind of items in list or say tuple, so this basically orders the things by itself. So this is the thing that we have covered today. So let me save this file. So guys, let me come back to it. So these are the things which we have seen today. So tomorrow I'll be starting with a fresh topic of if else statement, and then the libraries that we can import and many more things. So I don't want to start the fresh topic today. So this is basically the class for the data type and like explaining some of the things about the Python. So do you want me to start the next topic today if it's fine for you guys?
No, sir, it's time.
Okay, guys. So what I'll do, I'll start a new topic tomorrow. That is basically the if else and the libraries in Python. The thing that we will be discussing tomorrow.
Okay.
Hello. Okay, guys. Good night, and we'll meet again tomorrow at 8:30. Bye, guys.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
Bye.